Hi, this is Diane from Style Falcon. Style Falcon is a sewing pattern brand for mature figures. It has all kinds of built-in features that people tend to like in sewing patterns as they get older. Each week I like to do a little behind-the-scenes video about what I have going on in my sewing studio here at my house in Connecticut. Thanks so much for joining. If it's your first time, please subscribe to my videos so that you'll just get them automatically each week. You'll get a notification. Or if you've been a fan of Style Falcon for a long time, thanks so much for joining. It means a lot to me. The main thing that's going on in the Style Falcon studio this week are the last minute bits of work that I have to do to prepare for the release of my next new pattern, the Daring Duster. I have a sample here. This happens to be the version with the sleeves and the collar. There's also a long vest style that doesn't have sleeves and that uses a bound neckline and bound armholes. And here are some of the fashion illustrations and the technical flats for this pattern. There's a lot that goes into the release of a pattern, and everything is off at the printers and it's supposed to be back in a couple weeks. So it's really getting to be crunch time for me to get everything done. To get things ready for the printer, there's a lot of paperwork that I have to do because, of course, once the thing's printed, that's it. If there's a mistake, it's too late, and it means I have to do a new print run. That did happen to me once when I was first starting off, and I learned my lesson to take it easy and take my time to make sure that everything's right. So here are some of the samples of the pattern cover that I made, just trying to get all the formatting correct and everything. You can see this is what the final one looks like, which I'm excited about. Same thing with the instructions. These are different versions of the instructions that I've worked my way through, and I like to just mark everything up with a colored pencil usually if there's any kind of changes that I want to make to the instructions the way they're written. People often want to know, hey, who does your writing? Who does all of your instructions? And the answer is I do. I do all the instructions. I do take some advice from the pattern maker and also from a strike sewist that I work with, who's a professional seamstress who helps me just figure out what's the most efficient way or effective way to do things. We usually agree, but I like to just run that by her. Then the pattern goes out for testing, and the testers come back with their own feedback. Sometimes they think something could be done more easily or more effectively, or even results in a more quality finish, or even just taking into account the different sewing machines people have, the different equipment that they have and everything. It's good to really think that through. So I take all that information in, and then I make my final revisions to the instructions, and everything is done. The illustrations, again, here's sort of the technical flats for this one. I work with a professional graphic artist who makes them all. And she uses a process in Adobe Illustrator where she is able to trace the actual pattern pieces to create the different elements of the illustrations, which I think is a really cool thing because it means that the illustrations are real. Like this is actually the dimension and the markings that you'll see on the actual pattern pieces. It's a really good technique. It does take time to get it right, and it's all done by hand. And people want to know, are you using AI to do any of this? And the answer is no. It's something that I believe really strongly needs to be done by hand. And then finally, as far as the writing goes, I do all the writing. Some of you may know that I used to be a journalist in a former life and a professional writer, and I do enjoy writing. I enjoy trying to make things clear and crisp and concise. Style Falcon patterns are known for having great instructions. It is one of the things that my customers tell me all the time, and I'm not just saying that. I do think they're really good, both for the illustrations and for the way that they're written. I do, of course, take feedback on that too from the testers as I go along. And then finally, I have a proofreader who looks everything over one last time, and I look things over multiple last times, as you can see, before I'm satisfied, before we're all satisfied, really, that we've done the best job we can. So while I'm waiting for the printer to get my printed patterns back to me, it's a chance for me to do other things like record the videos, or finish recording the videos, I should say. I do videos as part of sample sewing that I do. But then there's always little bits and pieces or little extra takes that I need to do. So I'm just taking care of all that stuff. And then that in turn goes to a professional video editor. These videos, as you know, are very off the cuff. I don't spend a lot of time with lighting and makeup and making everything look perfect because I'm just trying to show you literally what's in my studio in a given day. But for the videos that are the step-by-step video instructions, tutorials that go with the pattern, and it's for free here on YouTube, by the way, I do use a professional video editor for that, who does a great job with the sound, the lighting, the camera angles, and sometimes he'll speed up or slow something down so you can see it more easily. And I do enjoy working with him. So I have to get everything to him, then I have to proof all that. So that's what I have going on in the studio this week. For the tutorial, for the learn a little something section of my video this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about denim. You'll recall that I did, for our secret jeans trouser so long, I made these. And they are made out of Japanese denim. And a couple people asked me, what's so great about Japanese denim? Like, I keep hearing about that. Why do you like it so much? Or why are you using that? So I thought this week I would show you a few samples of denim and explain what the different properties of different types of weaves of denim are. So you can get an idea of which denim might be right for you, whether you are making secret jeans trousers or anything else. So let's go over to the cutting table. So here's some denim samples that I happen to have. There's other types of denim, of course, but these are the ones that I have personally worked with, and I can tell you a little bit about them. This first one is a piece of vintage denim, and if you look at the color and the properties of it, you can see that it's quite slubby. It's a little rough. I was able to score this in the garment district in New York, and it was selvage denim. I wish that I had saved the selvages, but unfortunately I cut them off when I made a really nice skirt out of this back years ago. And the selvage, one of the things that's great about the selvage is it's a little decorative, so I wanted to be sure to use that in the garment that I made, so I don't have it to show you, but to show you basically what happens with selvage denim is that it has a very rough texture, and you can see it's a little rough on the inside too. And that is because of the way that it is woven. It's woven on these sort of old school looms, and so you get a lot of character in the fabric, and it's also it's pretty tightly woven, so it makes for a really nice long lasting pair of jeans or skirt or whatever else you're going to make. And of course, this color is also, you probably recognize this color. It's probably like the first pair of jeans you had were sort of a blue. I'm going to show you, this isn't selvage denim, but I'll show you this is what the selvage looks like on a regular piece of denim. If you have a selvage denim, you can see this one, they tried to make it look like a selvage denim, but it's not, with this red thread that goes through. If it was a piece of selvage denim, there wouldn't be this frayed bit on the end. That's done, and you can see it from the wrong side, is to prevent it from fraying. But with a real piece of selvage denim, it's woven to the edge, so you'll just see this thread, and then there's none of this frayed business here at the top. And that's how you'll know that you're getting a real piece of selvage denim. So next I wanted to show you the Japanese denim, which is this piece here. It's a black finish, and you can see again it's not a selvage denim. It's got the frayed edge, and you can see on the inside what the selvage looks like. It's quite wide, and it just has to do with the way it's woven. But what you'll notice compared to this, if you can, to the extent that you can tell on the camera, is this is very smooth. It's very smooth, and it's quite a bit thinner to the hand than this. This is soft, and this is crisp. And when you wash this, it doesn't get a lot of the same different fade marks and character that builds up, unlike with traditional denim. So I like the Japanese denim for a pair of more sort of dressier jeans or dressier garments because it has a very smooth finish. And I also just really like this black finish, which you can see the inside, the wrong side, it's kind of almost like a silvery color. I think it's just super pretty. So that's why I chose it. You can, again, it's a little lighter than regular denim also. And here's a really nice piece of, it's what I have left of a beautiful piece of Cone Mills denim. And this is made in the United States. And it's expensive and it's hard to get, basically. But it's got a gorgeous, gorgeous hand to it. And you can see, if I hold it up, you can see that it has quite a bit of character to it. It has to do with the way it's woven and the way the threads are twisted, and also the type of loom that's used. You'll get a lot of these bits of imperfections in it really, but that's what makes the jeans look so beautiful over time. Plus, this is a really gorgeous indigo. But again, you can see, and you can see on the wrong side, and you can see the selvage, and it's got that frayed edge, and that's how you know how that is woven. So these are the main denims that I have. And then this one I just wanted to show you. This is a stretch denim, and it's a poly cotton blend also. And then of course it has some elastane or something in it to give it the stretch. And you can see that that's the stretch that it has. And it also has a lot of, the way it's woven, it has a lot of imperfections in it so that it will get kind of streaky and over time, unlike this one, and the Japanese denim, and then in the Cone Mills denim, and then of course the traditional denim. So those are all of the denims that I have to show you. I think it's kind of fun to play with different denims, and I hope that you have some in your stash and use them because it's a great fabric to work with. So that's it for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, please like and subscribe so that you can get the next update next week. This is Diane from Style Falcon. Thanks so much for watching.